So in today's video, we're going to be talking about why Legion is easy money. This hero is probably one of the best, if not the best, solo queue hero, in my opinion. And why is the reason? Well, I'll give you it. So first off, Legion is a dominant laner, right? Legion is a hero that naturally wins the laning stage, which means you do not have to entirely rely on your team to carry you for the first 15 minutes. In addition, I like heroes with options, and Legion has options. If the lane is hard, you can take overwhelming odds and secure CS. If the lane is easy and you know you can dominate it, you can max your press the attack, and your moment of courage, which gives you infinite sustain, essentially. And as a result, in the mid game and late game, you also have the same options, because you have press the attack and, the option to do a lot of right-click damage. You can run in fights and become a tank, as well as split push and duel people and scale and nuke and defend towers. I mean, you legitimately do everything on Legion. I don't know what this hero doesn't do. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a game I played where we popped off and talk about exactly why that happens and how my item decisions played a massive part in this, because I think if I didn't buy the right items, this game would have looked completely different.
The offlane is no place for the weak, and this is why at gameleap.com we have hundreds of pro guides covering the most powerful offlane heroes so you can start carrying your games from Dota's most notoriously tough lane. To master the tricks of the pros, check out the discount link in the description of this video and start dominating your games from the offlane role immediately.
Going into the early game, I bait out this Chen. This is what we call mind games, boys. If you're not playing mind games by now, you gotta start, alright? So Chen wants to rune, right? I know he wants to rune, and I know my teammates are set up to kill him, right? We got this Enchantress with Enchant. And now, if I run right at him, which way does he go? The answer is simple, backwards. So instead, I act like I'm afraid for no reason. I'm not afraid. I'm not even slightly afraid of Chen. However, I know he's going to be that guy who goes for the extra auto attack even though it does like 5 damage to me. And what do you know? Definitely not Joestar on the Chen, is definitely now dead on the Chen. If we even then hit him with a fat body block, I mean, this guy just got styled on. Unfortunately, we didn't get the first blood though, so not very cool. In terms of items, I just like to go this item build because I think it gives good sustain. There are other builds as well. You can just go the standard like Stout Shield Tangos 2 branches or Stout Shield 6 Tangos and a Salve. These are both very good. And talking about this lane, I actually think Lifestealer is not very good against Legion, contrary to, I believe, a lot of people's beliefs. Right, it's like, oh, what is Lifestealer counter? Strength melee cores. Well, Legion not really, because you just deal way too much right-click damage. In terms of the landing stage, I just want to make your life simple. The only thing you need to be doing for the first, 2 to 3 levels is either sneaking in autos when the lane is very easy and no one's really doing too much, and securing creeps, right? You notice I instantly buy the Quelling Blade, and this is very, very important, right? When I buy this Quelling Blade, it allows me to secure early CS, and you have to understand, all I want to do is make sure I can get to level 2, level 3 reliably, which means I'm going to secure creeps, and I want to get to my phase boots at some point, right? Phase boots are going to be a huge deal for me in this landing stage to chase down the enemy and punish them very hard. Other than that, I'm really just going to be looking to hit the Lifestealer whenever he is going for a creep. Guys, if you are confused how to trade in the laning stage, there is one main idea you have to look at. Hit them when they are distracted on a creep. If you can start learning this, you will notice how much damage you can actually do without taking damage yourself. So the first example is coming up here. I noticed that this Lifestealer wants this range creep, correct? My man is clearly posturing for it. He's making it obscenely obvious, which is sort of okay because, I mean, it is obvious. But instead of going for the deny, I simply hit him because I know he is distracted on the creep. People get distracted for creeps, right? So instead of paying attention to me, I hit him. And now he's like, oh, but I need the range creep. So he's like, oh, I'm not going to back up now. And then what do you know? Mode Anton 420 all of a sudden has lost 200 HP. I mean, you can see how effective that is. And I get the deny later on because we keep it alive. If you draw aggro and you hit people, your creeps stay alive, right? And that's what creates that situation of panic for the enemy. And Legion thrives on that because you just naturally do well when you're aggroing creeps. Because when you're aggroing creeps, you get moment of current procs, right? It's based upon when you get hit. It's similar to Axe Spin. It's actually the same exact thing. You have a chance to proc, right? And as a result, aggroing and taking the wave is a great way to actually get procs. And then because we've hit him, and once again, same thing here, why can I go on him here? It might seem like the typical player would be like, you're just hitting him, Speed, you're so bad. But no, it's very simple. Look, what creep does he want here? What creep does he want? This one, right? This is the creep he's paying attention to, correct? He autos it. He sees a lot of creeps around it. He's going to assume it's dying. I even fake a deny on it. And because of that, he's like, oh, I guess I got to get it. His brain's like, I got to get it. Psych, bro, you're dead. See what I mean, guys? You see what I mean? It's all about reading those little movements. And when you can start reading little movements, you start crushing your laning stage. As well as picking Legion, right? You can do that if you have a garbage hero, you don't actually win lanes. So that's why I think this hero is so good. If you punish those things and look at that, you just win. Now, talking about CS, I actually last hit extremely poorly in the early stages here, so make sure you're securing CS while, you're playing Legion. I miss, like, way too many. Way too many. I'm glad I was confident that I could win this lane in terms of trading. Otherwise, this would be an abysmal performance, but make sure you have at least 80 to 90% of the CS on this hero. You have obscenely high damage with the Quelling Blade. There's no reason not to. But you're going to notice I'm just committing the same pattern. Every time I think he wants a creep that's close to me, I hit him. Right? Even here, when I have, like, a double wave on me, I fake deny the creep. And actually nothing happens, but I still decide to end up hitting him here just because he's going so aggressive, and I know there's almost 100% chance I'll get a proc because there's multiple creeps hitting me. Now, is this necessarily the best favorable trade? No, because it's too many creeps, but at the same time, I've pressed the attack and obviously the lifesteals, so you can just do things that usually are a mistake in terms of trading aren't mistakes as Legion. You can just be awful and still win the trades, which is great, right? Here, like, this is just a bad trade 9 times out of 10 where I'm walking through the creep wave, but I'm Legion. That's all I have to say. In addition, do not take overwhelming odds when you're against these melee heroes that are easy to run at, because it doesn't not give you the ability to sustain. It doesn't give you sustain. It just allows you to secure creeps and run people down. But I don't want to even see you run people down early on. I just want you to see you abuse the creeps, right, and play around the creep wave. Just play around the creep wave. You notice how I'm not chasing him to his tower or any garbage like that. I'm just chilling near the wave. I'm even continuously aggroing the creeps. I don't know why he's trading with me. I haven't even used press the attack, and it's not even close. It's not even close. And really now, with this boots and chainmail, I'm essentially invincible in the laning stage. All I have to do is really just look for auto attacks whenever I can get them. You notice, once again, how do you read people's movements? It's very, very simple. When I see him walking up here, his typical instinct, his muscle memory, is to run for denies and last hits, right? So, when I'm going for this deny, he's instantly going to be like, oh shoot, I need to run up. And so, when I elicit that natural response, I'm like, hey man, stop. It's almost like I'm training him in-game. This is a free coaching session for the lifestealer. Every time he goes for a creep when he's not allowed to, I hit him. It's very useful. Really what he should be doing to sustain this lane, if you guys are curious, is he's not pulling nearly enough creep aggro. If you're unfamiliar with the mechanic, it allows you to pull creeps backwards, and he could do this essentially off cooldown. See, he just did it there. And he has to do that over and over again, and he has not done it nearly enough in this laning stage, and it is going to allow me to auto-attack him way too much. Way too much. And it's a big reason why he loses this laning stage. And now at this point, I have my phase boots, and once you hit phase boots on Leigon Commander, just legitimately hit them if they come up to the creep wave. That's it. Once again, you think he wants this creep, guys? What do you think? You think he wants it? Look, see how I'm reading his movement? Now, I don't even think... Okay, he actually does end up going for it. See how I read his movement? I'm like, yeah, he's going to go for it. All these carry players are so greedy, right? Even though, like, I'm standing aggressive with phase boots and an enchantress next to me, he goes for it anyway. Now, he gets salved, which is, splendid. Good for him. But at the same time, you think the terror ends? You think his game gets any better? No, it gets worse, brothers. He's dead. Man is dead. Okay, no, I actually didn't die here, unfortunately. We get hit with the fat juke, but it really, honestly, does not matter. Even in the slightest. He had to go shrine, he burns the shrine, and he's going to come back to lane and have the same fate happen, right? And this is the power of Legion. If you go press the attack in overwhelming odds, you legitimately have infinite sustain. You never have to go back to base. I have almost never used press the attack in this lane, right? Because you just want to use it when they're hardcore manning up, really. That's the time when you want to use it. But if you buy these items, these hardcore sustain items, I even should probably have a magical stick. Magical stick is very good. If you buy these items and go this skill build, and then press the attack when you're getting manned up on, you just crush. You have to understand that. You just crush. Even if it's a 2v1. Like here, even if it's a 2v1, it's fine. So now at this point, I'm just looking to start getting up some dual damage, and I'm going to go for any target I can using my phase boots. In addition, I go for this extremely heavy stats build, just to talk about why. Once again, my only goal this game is to create space in the early game for my Kunga Radiance and my Luna timings, right? As a result, I am buying early game items. My items align with my playstyle, right? And then I go on Shen, I press the attack, I hit him a couple times, and when my phase boots runs out, I duel him up, and it also allowed my enchantress to get in position. So a little bit of dual damage right off the bat. We're snowballing, right guys? We're snowballing. Now, what do you think I do afterwards? Do I start making rotations instantly? Am I just going to run around and gank top with my next duel? The answer is no. The answer is no. I am simply going to shut down the person I had been shutting down originally. Look at Lifestealer's net worth, right? It's somehow higher than my Luna's, which I guess she was laning against the Leshrac Sand King. Very difficult. Also, Luna's trash as a hero. But I'm 1k ahead on him, right? 1k net worth ahead. So what do I do to keep this going? Do I run around and roam? No, that is the best way to lose the lane and fall behind. So instead, what do? I just use my stats and bracers to run at him. I even duel him early here, and you might be like, why did you do so early? Well, I just want to secure the kill, right? My goal is not necessarily to you just get straight bopped. My goal is not necessarily to build duel damage, it's just to shut down the hero. I don't want him running away and wasting my time. And then because of this item build, look at my HP, guys. I have 579, and I have currently 35% magic resistance. Do you think if I have different items, I live here? You think if I'm building a blade mail or a blink dagger, I live here? And if I have maxed overwhelming odds, I live here? No chance. No chance. And that's where items and skills, like in a skill build like this, allows you to snowball. It really, really does. I 100% die there. Zeus gets a kill on a very farmed core, but instead it goes the other way around. My Kuka gets another kill, and all of a sudden, we're back to farming, and we're snowballing. Please, guys, do not overthink Dota. You have to build small items because small items allow you to get to big items. You have to kind of build up the ladder in terms of items. I see way too many players skipping out because they think that, hey, why would I buy small items if I don't even plan on fighting or if I'm just dodging anyway? Well, first off, maybe you shouldn't be if you're playing a hero like Legion. And second off, like, small items allow you to farm faster anyway. They're basically always good. They let you farm faster early and they let you fight early. It just doesn't make any sense to skip them on the majority of heroes, especially like strength heroes who love, all the strength. Moving on though, I don't really have the intent of ganking unless I see them overextending and making some dive plays. So you notice I'm sort of just running at bottom and farming the nearby camps until I see this easy Chen duel. Now, I actually was very concerned when I TP'd here. I was like, I don't love this because now I'm farming in the same area as all my other cores and I'd rather just be bottom playing in the open area with these two great bottom wards that we have right here and right here. So what do? I'm like, okay, well, I can't get there instantly and I don't want to run all the way bottom and waste my time, right? I'm playing for efficiency. So I draw this line. You see this line, guys? See the line? I'm like, hey guys, someone has to farm this. It's way too much farm not to be taken. So I tell one of my other cores to farm it. Yes, you actually can communicate in Dota. Now, does one of them take it instantly? No. So what did I do? I said it again. I said, hey, someone go there. And Kuka went, right? And you might be like, well, my teammates never listen. Yeah, it's because you stink. It's because you don't win your lane. Why would anyone respect you? And now at this point, I have a Hooded Defiance, 2 bracers, and a magic wand. And as a result, my hero has 50% magical resistance, 50%, 1500 HP, a magic wand, and active hood aura. So I am very difficult to kill because right now, if we're looking at the map, you might be like, Speed, are you blind? Are you out of your mind? Why in God's name would you hit this tower? It does not make any sense. It makes no sense. Well, I'm going to make your life simple. I know they're coming, and I actually told my team, yeah, I'm going to get ganked. Just go farm bottom. My Luna and my Kunkka are snowballing and getting close to their timings, right? They're still coming online. I don't want them to fight, so I'm going to force the enemy team away from them. Away from them. Do I have to go to this extent? No, I actually could play a lot more passive, to be honest. I'm not just saying this as a joke. I actually could play just by the nearby camp and just only push in the wave when I see that the enemy team is backed up. But the reason why I went this build is so I could play the dead lane and play aggressive. You notice once again, I draw a line bottom. I'm like, guys, I'm forcing them top. I'm playing and showing aggressive top. They will gank me. Go play bottom. I instruct my team and my playstyle has a purpose. It's not completely random, believe it or not. And so at the same time, I'm just going to keep in pushing in top. You notice I get gone on. I'm going to press the attack off the veil so I don't take, the amplified damage. Unfortunately, though, it's going to get me open wounds, so I kind of regretted it. However, really nice chakra magic allows me to press the attack once again. I pop my hood, I pop my magic wand, and all of a sudden, I've gotten ganked by 4 heroes. 4 heroes. 4 heroes. And I'm not dead. I'm not dead. And one of them, Zeus. One of the highest damage heroes in Dota. I'm not dead. You want to know why, guys? It's because of my items. It allows me to play dead lane. My item build and my play style, as well as me understanding that they will gank me, so I reacted relatively quickly, allows us to TP into the shrine and clean up. Now, please, just because this frustrated me so much in game, if you're Luna here, please don't show up. I have nothing else to say. Don't show up. I don't want you here. I'm trying to create space for you to play bottom and to get to your next item timing. Please don't show up to the fight. For all you carry players, no. I'm not telling you to AFK farm, I'm telling you to farm in an area that is useful. You don't have to hit jungle creeps, but you most certainly should take this camp. Take this wave, then take this camp, then take this camp, and then take the next wave, and then this camp, and then this camp again. And you'll actually have net worth, and you can carry me later on while I carry you right now. Regardless, though, we continue chasing because we have a Kunkka, which is, wonderful and all. I press the attack, and all of a sudden, I'm just full HP again. You basically have infinite sustain with this build. Plus, I have this, really nice coddle. Shout out to Remy DTV for all the chakra magics. And yeah, Now we are very, very farmed and very, very hard to kill. I have this pipe, meaning my team is going to be infinitely harder to kill, and it will come into play in just a little bit, so don't you wait. In addition, I find this Leshrac here, and I kill him. Now, I didn't get the dual damage, but it's fine, because I just wanted to shut down his split pushing, and that's why I run to the lanes. Now, I'm going to take some farm for my Luna because I'm that guy. But other than that, you notice at this point, all I'm really trying to do is close down the map for the enemy team. I kill the Leshrac bottom, and instantly I'm running back towards top. You see this line I draw on the map? You guys see how I draw lines in solo queue to get my team to do things? There's a couple of reasons why this worked. First off, because my commands are very simple. I just say, hey, kill this guy. That's all I say. I say kill this guy. Or I say ward here. It's really simple. And then I also say it in a very confident voice, and I'm also winning. Like, I'm making good plays. So once this all comes together, that's how you learn how to snowball games. And as a result, we find Leshrac, hit him up with a fat duel, easy damage. And once again, instead of just instantly leaving or just walking to the next kill, I'm just simply pushing in their camps, right? I'm taking their farm. Do you see how their map is closing off? So much so that their lifestealer is jungling our side of the map. It is very comical. I'm even now taking their ancients, but luckily we see this lifestealer here. He makes this, like, oddly fortunate rage TP play, but regardless, we find the Leshrac again, and I'm just taking over their side of the map. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Now, they're not really falling behind because I'm not going to flame anyone again, but regardless, we're keeping a net worth area. We're shutting down certain parts of the map. I'm getting dual damage. Joe TP's in, and you guys want to know why my Coddle lives here? I'm going to ask you a fat question. Well, first off, he bought a Magic Wand. Shout out to Magic Wand. Shout out to Tranquil Boots. But most importantly, I didn't pop my pipe. So this could have been a big new move for me if he actually died. But regardless, my pipe aura, in addition, keeps him alive. So Tranquil Boots, Magic Wand, pipe aura, and then later the pipe comes in. Unfortunately, I was a bit late, so you could noob speed. Hashtag noob speed in the comments. But regardless, we back up. I'm not looking to dive. You know, I might be ahead, but I'm not being a fool. So I'm trying to play around vision. Once again, guys, how do I dictate where I fight in these games? Wards. Vision. I play around vision. I'm not running into the hill where we know they have a ward. They have a ward on that hill. I'm not fighting there. Period. Stop fighting into the enemy team's vision. That includes towers. You have to just stop running at towers if you don't know where the enemy team is. It does not work. So I ping this ward. I'm like, hey guys, we have a good ward here. If they overextend and push up, we can catch them. See me pinging the hill? I'm like, hey, if they come, we can kill them. All right, I'm just telling my team that. So we're on the same page. I'm just making sure we are on the same page. Do I know if this is the best play to make? No, I have no idea. Actually, that's not true. I do have a slight idea. I think it's a good idea, but regardless, hopefully you guys see the point. Next up here, just because I felt like we were pushing in top, there's like a 100% chance someone's going to go bottom, right? And this is what we call smoking across the map. We were just top, and we want to smoke across to guarantee that we are going to catch someone towards the bottom side, right? I mean, there's almost someone guaranteed to farm here. We end up bumping into the Leshrac. Like, it's a bit annoying to have to kill this guy endlessly. I don't even get the dual damage because I didn't press the attack. I was just afraid he would kite me. But regardless, like, cutting across the map here is going to shut down their farm. Like, once again, I genuinely do not know how my Luna is farming so slow. Sorry. I'm gonna feel bad if this guy sees this and he's just gonna like, Speed, you're just an awful person. But hey man, I'm just trying to help. It's like, even though we're taking over the map and getting kills, you don't necessarily go up on a ton of farm. That's why you have to make sure you're scaling yourself. Even though I'm doing all this runaround stuff, I'm still looking to take camps here and there, right? Just in the downtime, I primarily want to be making plays and taking lane creeps, as I do think I'm doing a bit too much walking around here. But instead, you know, I'm going to push out mid, and then I'm like, hey guys, let's run top. Do I think this is the best play? Once again, do I know for sure? Not necessarily, but I can tell you one thing for sure. I'm forcing the lifestealer out of his comfort area, and I'm getting my team to do things coordinated. Coordination is a great way to win Dota. Most players have no ability to coordinate with their team. Trust me, it's a characteristic of high MMR players to get your team to do things together, regardless of if you like them or not. I don't care. Getting people to do things together is a great way to have success on Earth. Alright, so like, it works in Dota. And now at this point, look, I wasn't finding any ganks, right guys? Like, I'm like, okay, I'm not killing anyone. What do I do to make sure that I don't fall off? And like, when the enemy team is spread out and I don't see anyone, I just take some camps. I kill the wave, I kill the camp. After I kill the camp, I go back to the wave, right? Now you want to know what I do after the wave? I go kill, actually no, I smoke with my team. I have no idea what I'm saying. But right, I'm calling smokes. Do you want to know why that smoke happens? And I know I'm talking in a very, what's the word? Conceited? Aggressive, annoying way, but that all I'm trying to get through everyone's head, because I think it will help you so much. Like, anyone who can try to get this down, you have to call smokes, right? Do I know exactly where the enemy team is? Actually, yes, I know they're mid, which is why I'm just like, go smoke to mid. But is it more complex than this? No, it's not. I just say go kill them mid. So Kunkka X's, why did he X? Because he knew, and I told him that they were coming. We waste our card ulti, which is not optimal, but then I'm like, hey guys, go Roche. Now, do we take a Roshan? No, it was awful. It was legitimately an awful idea. It was awful. I can tell myself that, and now I'll learn for the next game. Hey, don't call Rosh when you've blown Coddle ulti and your Luna's not in the area. Yeah, I'll fix that for the next game. But regardless, I'm getting my team to make coordinated plays, so Luna has had legitimately infinite space this game, right? Infinite space. She has infinite space. Next up here, you're going to see Kunkka not cast Boat, unfortunately. I was sitting in the trees to, wait for someone to push in the lane, and it actually happened at the perfect time. But Boat did not come in. Regardless, now at least he's not farming. Once again, Lifestealer is once again not farming, guys. I repeat, not farming. The guy is 0-2 with only 161 CS at 26 minutes. He is not farming. In addition, now we can take over this area, right? This Coddle puts down really nice wards. Shout out to Coddle once again, putting down great vision, and then we're going to chase him down. Why can I make this play? Well, I know they're top, and I actually just don't care if I get gone on because I am the tank of this team. Luna down again. Gosh dang it, Luna. Regardless, though, at this point, I'm just looking to kill anyone and everyone. And yeah, so we get a pretty good fight. Now, what do I do after the fight, guys? Very, very important. I make a call. I'm like, team, go Rosh. And you might be like, well, how does this have anything to do with Legion? I thought this was going to be more of a Legion guide. You have to understand, everything I'm saying, and the reason why it can sound general and not Legion specific, is that what I do to win with one hero is what I do to win with the majority of heroes, especially when they're like these tanks and tempo controllers. I'm making calls, I'm pushing in lanes, and I'm getting my team to, play around me. You see how we're coordinated after this smoke? Do you know why this happens? I said go run at them. That's it. And it is consistent. All I say is go run at them. Once again, run at them. Look, we find Lifestealer. Now, was 5-manning a good idea? No, that's why I don't always make the calls. I just make them quick. I'm like, hey, we have Aegis. Now we can go, do something. Right? And at this point, I'm just going to briefly talk about items again. I do end up going for a Blink to make sure I can initiate eventually, but this build is really nice because it makes me have 3k HP. Well, I guess I have Lunar Blessing, but 3k HP. I have bonus 130 damage, which is why this hero can carry and is great in solo queue. You have the potential to solo carry in the late game, especially if you get your level 25 talent, you get the dual damage bonus. Press the attack AoE is good as well. I ended up taking 8 strength this game, only because I felt like it synergized with my items, but I sort of do regret it. I think the 25% XP gain is much better. In terms of level 15, the only reason I didn't take attack speed was I felt like due to my items, I'd be hitting people a bit less, and more so using odds for damage. But once again, I think that was a mistake, and I'm always readjusting these things, right? I'm testing these heroes out, but because I've been testing them out, I feel that Legion is just by far one of the best heroes in solo queue because I can go the wrong talents and still win. Regardless, at level 20, I typically recommend 35 movement speed. It allows you to kite in and out of fights. And at 25, if you're going this tanky build and like utility, then typically 350 AoE press attack is potentially broken. If Sanking hits a 4-man stun, you can purge the entire thing. It's crazy. But if you're more so going a carry build or want to scale late game, then go the 40 dual damage. Regardless, a fight breaks out here and my Luna dies right off the bat. So what is the correct play to make? Well, I'm just sort of going to look to duel anyone I can that I can kill. Should I have dual Lifestealer? Maybe, but I don't want to get turned on. I don't want to get Leshek stun. So I just take the easy damage, which is, good enough for me. In addition, once again, shout out to this Coddle, guys. Like, I know I keep shouting him out, but he really did his job. Like, if you're confused why you can't get to the next rank as a support, you have to look at this guy's play and be like, hey, he's putting down wards where his cores are asking him to. He's putting down, useful vision in the areas where we want to take fights. Correct? And then he's saving his core with useful items. He bought a 4-staff and a Glimmer Cape. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? A player buying 4-staff and Glimmer Cape? This is not Dota. This is the wrong game. This is Fortnite. But regardless, I purge him, because the boys are helping out the boys. This is really a love story. I think this is like, Romeo and Juliet? I don't know if that's the right one, but no one actually dies in this version of Romeo and Juliet. It's Remy TV and agility. But I press the attack him so he gets out. I reach out my hand. He 4-staffs me because, the boys don't leave each other behind. And then he even blinding lights for me. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. The last thing I'm going to say is when you're playing Legion, always try to stay on the enemy side of the map. You'll notice how little I played on my side of the map this game. I'm constantly pushing in the waves and looking to make plays on their side of the map. So even if we lose the fight, guys, even if I lose the fight in their jungle, there's a very low chance they take one of our towers and my cores will not get contested. Now, once again, is that always going to be the case? No, this is a fairly high MMR player, and somehow my space has not been enough. But regardless, she's still getting her items, so there has been some things right. Regardless, I'm still playing on their side of the map. I'm still playing around these wards that Coddle put down. Once again, I play around my vision, guys. I want to play around vision so I can see what is happening. Unfortunately, our Coddle bumps into Lifestealer, which was suboptimal because now I have to duel him during rage. We get another pick-off. Yes, another pick-off. We kill Lifestealer, and we're playing on their side of the map, and what do you know? Because we got the jump, guess who shows up? Leshek for no good reason. Unfortunately, my Coddle dies. I was legitimately crying after that for the rest of the night. But regardless, You have to understand that we start on their side of the map, we get the jump, we play around Vision, and look who wins the fight. It's the boys. Vision and who gets the jump at these stages of the game dictates a large percentage of how the fights go at every bracket, all right? Like every single bracket. I've watched a gajillion replays at this point in the last like 3 months. I can't even explain. You have to trust me on this. The fights are very much predicated in the mid game on who gets the jump, on the supports especially. Like, if the supports die first on one of the teams, it's just instant GG. In addition, now we get their shrines and we back up. We don't hardcore commit to high ground. I actually do have fairly low CS this game, but I feel like it's sort of okay because we have a Luna and a Kunkka pushing out waves. Majority of my CS are lane creeps. As you notice, I'm pushing them out here. I don't completely stop farming. I just have been playing very high tempo and focused on kills. If I couldn't get kills or the game was difficult, what I'd be doing is farming, and that's why I like Legion. You can just AFK farm in this hero, and it is very effective. You can play here like an offlane carry, which is why this hero is so good. You are just a carry hero in the offlane. Guys, how appealing does that sound, right? It doesn't get better than that. Now we hit this guy with a fat duel, easy duel. And at this point, I have 200 damage just because I've been running around killing people, and the main reason why this happens is a lot of good shot calling and a good laning stage. I want to make that clear, guys. Good shot calling, playing around Vision, and a good laning stage. These things really enable me to have a good game, as well as good items, right? My items were very key in me having a very good game here. And yeah, at this point, it's GG. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this Legion guide, or me yelling at my teammates and telling you that you need to make calls for 15 minutes straight. But regardless, I genuinely mean all the messages I'm saying. If you can really take them into consideration, I think you'll notice that what I'm saying actually has a lot of merit to it. As I've taught it to other people, it has worked for them, it's worked for me, it has worked for countless players, and it's GG. Peace.
The offlane is no place for the weak, and this is why at gameleap.com we have hundreds of pro guides covering the most powerful offlane heroes so you can start carrying your games from Dota's most notoriously tough lane. To master the tricks of the pros, click on this link right now to take advantage of our special offer for a 25% discount and unlock your unfair advantage.